With the sun and moon in Virgo exactly trine Saturn and Capricorn by degree, we have immense earth energy beneath us to start this new beginning on a practical, grounded, dedicated note. And with Virgo discernment at hand, this is the perfect new moon to start pruning away the old as you begin. If you are excited to dive into what we can collectively expect from this new moon in Virgo, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you are always up to date with what the stars have in store for you. Hi, I'm Maren. I am an astrologer, philosophy student, and witch, and I combine traditional Hellenistic astrological techniques with modern psychological counseling dynamics in order to provide grounded spiritual guidance. So if you have not already seen your September 2020 forecast for your rising sign, the playlist will be linked down below so that when you are understanding this video, you can also know the context of the month. So after this one, if you want to watch the whole month for you, you can check that playlist down below. This video is also brought to you by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online counseling service connecting you with board-certified licensed therapists. BetterHelp is available worldwide, and if you're interested, hit the link on screen or in the description below to get matched with a licensed counselor in under 24 hours. And you can receive this counseling through your phone, your tablet, your computer over things like text, messaging, or phone call. BetterHelp is not a crisis hotline, but it also offers services such as group webinar sessions to meet with others dealing with relationships or anxiety issues. And if you're interested and qualify for financial aid, that is available. Otherwise, it costs $65 a week. So if that sounds good and that looks like something that you are resonating with, check out all the info down below, hit that up, and you can get started. So this new moon in Virgo is happening on September 17th, 2020 at 6:59 a.m. Eastern Time. So I mean, if you're like me, this will be going exact while you're doing your workout if you're a morning person. But the sun and the moon are at 25 degrees of Virgo, and that is in the third and final decan of Virgo. It is the last decan of earth signs that corresponds to the Ten of Pentacles tarot card. So even though Capricorn is later in zodiacal order with tarot correspondences, it's the Ten of Pentacles. It is the card of wealth. It is you asking what's truly valuable in your life. And it's a sign ruled by Mercury. Mercury is ruled by Virgo. Mercury rules Virgo. And so this decan is actually also ruled by Mercury. It's like this double intensification of the planet of discernment and of intellect being in a position in the zodiacal sky that really does indicate the last 10 days before the autumn equinox. It's considering, you know, what needs to happen for the best consequences of the harvest. It is a very tangible card that represents this decan. It is very much looking back at the end of your process to reflect. And because this is a new beginning, it's really taking into account what has worked in the past very well for your efficiency moving forward. And this indicates like a lasting payout, a big return on your investment for this endeavor, so that you're considering your legacy. And with the sun and the moon exactly trine Saturn retrograde in Capricorn by degree at 25 degrees, this is a clear emphasis on new beginning that has in mind long-term dedication from the get-go. If you already know what house Virgo is in your chart, what whole sign house, so where this new beginning might be for you, let me know in a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you where this big long-term growth is happening. And the sun and the moon are not just trine Saturn by sign, but also trine Jupiter and Pluto, even though they're a bit further out by degree. So this is not just seriousness that's on our side, but also a massive psychological determination and expansive trust, which is not easy with these planets in Capricorn. Jupiter is fallen, Saturn is just serious altogether, and Pluto is a fucking like a third mafia member here. But the Virgo eye for detail is keeping us on the path of dedication. And the sun and the moon are also opposite Neptune within 6 degrees. This is indicating confusion, fatigue, or inaction as a possible side effect right now, so that I wouldn't be surprised if right now there's nothing initiated, but if the spark is beginning to meld into the mind. Watch out for feeling so overwhelmed by the details at hand that you take no steps, because Virgo goes editing little by little. It is very much the steady, direct path to the top. So take things one step at a time, and if that first step looks like taking a bath to chill, do that. The sun and the moon are also tightly resting at the bending of the nodes. They're at the square point between the north node and the south node in Gemini and Sag, which in astrology indicates a skipped step or something that needs to be integrated at this, you point intersection. And it's definitely something that we know we need to start to change something long term. It's like this little by little, you know, passion project working on ourselves or an area of life. So it's imperative for us to get back on track in some area of our life, not in a punishing way, but in a, I got this, I'm gonna pick up the pace kind of way, in a long-term trajectory. Mars and Saturn are still square, so there is this frustration, inaction, pressure, obsession, but like no, yes, no kind of vibe in the background around this. It's a teeth grinding vibe. I speak about this really viscerally because I know this is a doozy of an aspect. I have it in my chart and these planets are in their home sign, so it's very, very visceral. And I'm noticing now I have a cut on my forehead. That's really, we're gonna take a moment for this. That is really, that's really interesting. That's very Mars Saturn, realizing that you have a literal cut on your forehead. Yeah, that's news to me. I'm kind of concerned. Because that was not there from what I could see when I did my makeup this morning. Basically, Mars is retrograde, so we're definitely reconsidering something involving ego or assertion with the Saturn influence of, do I want to put myself out there in this way, which might have to be, it's more in the background than the focal point of this transit, so, of this lunation, so that's more in the background, but I have a full video on the Mars and Aries retrograde and transit if you would like to check that out, linked below. But the Sun and the Moon are also in Virgo, meaning that they're disposed or ruled by the dispositor of Mercury in Libra. And this adds, it's in an exact square as well. Mercury is exactly square Jupiter in Capricorn. So this is really helpful for articulating Libra, words, Mercury, in an uplifting, inspirational way, square to Jupiter. It's great for articulating our plan in a way that inspires and uplifts others, and Libra can be a people pleaser, so, I mean, it's a bit like, are you telling the truth? But with this new moon in Virgo, I'm not as concerned about false appearances. I think there might be a tendency, but not necessarily a reality there. And with Mercury also square Pluto and Saturn, we might be overwhelmed with the possibilities that declaring a new beginning would entail, but like overall, we're getting our shit together here. It's not a lunation that I'm particularly concerned or even like looking too many times at. That it's kind of straightforward and there's some players in the background, but it's 2020, we're aware of them. Venus in Leo is just kind of there. Like Venus is literally just in Leo hanging out. It's separating from a square with Uranus. We might have just made a sudden impulse buy or hooked up with someone random, like that's definitely Venus square Uranus, but it seems disconnected from the rest of this new beginning, but I wouldn't be surprised if disconnected from it, some new love shit or money or buying shit occurs. With that being said, obviously let me know down below if this new beginning rings already true to you, and let's pull a tarot card to see how this is showing up. So we have the star inverted, and the star generally leads to help from outside forces for our manifestations and our dreams. With the star inverted, this directly relates to not getting outside help for this. I don't see that as like a bad or a shocking thing right now. I see this as, okay, you're gonna get your shit together and you're gonna do it one step at a time, no questions asked. We're gonna do it. We're gonna Virgo our way through it. Marie Kondoing. Next, let's pull a Witch's Wisdom tarot card, or Oracle deck card for a bit more guidance. We have Spell, Manifestation. New moons are the times for intentional manifestation, so. You make a wish or cast a spell, your magic works so very well. Be sure to keep the threefold law, gifts will abound all the more. This magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be there it is done. So using this Virgo articulation for something like intentional manifestation is really beautiful. This is indicating that it's a good time to do that work, do that specific timing and setting intentions around what long-term projects you want to bring into existence here, because little by little our dedication to a larger plan must begin somewhere, and this is the perfect time to scrutinize the steps that you need to take in order to climb the mountain and reach that beautiful view at the top. So as always, reading link is down below if you want a reading from me. I'm really selective and not very open with my availability right now because I'm in school. I'm doing a lot of things. So I'm pre-filming this in like July, but I know I'm clearing off my availability very massively for when school starts, obviously, because that is, you know, a priority right now. So if you want a reading from me, check if I'm, you know, open for anything. Otherwise, BetterHelp link is down below, and my Astrology Academy link is down below. If you want to learn astrology, I have my full recorded course available. Pick my mind for the months that it'll take to work through this. It is an expansive, multiple hours long lectures course walking you through the basics you need to understand the language of the cosmos. So otherwise, like, subscribe, do all the things, comment down below any thoughts you have, and I will see you in the next one.
But there is one thing